murder in a certain way. You know what I mean? Here is two dudes that are kind of beefing in the same vicinity. One of them decides to get physical with the other, and the retaliation is a shooting.
It's kind of crazy, right? Like, it's the same scenario. And Vaughn is like the same type of artist, same type of guy. Like, it's just say a guy must have had a plan, and the plan got to be probably bigger than we all know it is, because it's crazy how that scenario kind of fit with him. And he's really the Tupac of this generation, on the show. Just content, storytelling, creative wise.
And I say every time, I say it all the time, like, you can't even really blame those on those sides for doing what they do, because I know, like, on the same end, my niggas gonna do the same thing.
My security, I expect them the same way. Yeah. Like, if I'm getting jumped, you know, like, we got two security right here. Like, you know, if something goes wrong, I expect them to protect me. You know what I mean?
Getting jumped, but he was. Vaughn was like,
it wasn't a jump.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
you're right. It wasn't a jump. You're right.
But like, still, like, I expect the same. Like, if somebody walk up on me and I get hit and I stumble up and I can't catch myself and I'm getting my ass whooped, bro better do something. Blow him down, jump in, or whatever. So you gonna expect for your people to ride and defend you. I feel like that's not where it went wrong yet. I feel like that's not where it went wrong. And I feel like anybody that want to retaliate off this situation knows at the end of the day, dude that was with Quando was just doing what he was supposed to do to protect him as a brother. But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's just certain things you do that you ain't gonna come back from it. That's the dumbass
I don't think the tragic, because Vaughn, Buddy got killed as well, his man, and then a couple other people got shot. Like two people got shot. It was, man, Vaughn had kids on the way. It's just like, it's just sad on top of sad. It's terrible sad. Did the young boy take shots at you on No Like I Know?
Yeah.
When you heard that, what you think?
It was funny. I feel like, you know, I feel like it's not serious when the internet. It's funny. I mean, it's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song.
Around that same time, you got into someone at the airport?
Yeah. Rental car place. Yeah.
What airport was it? Are you seeing some at this point? Of just fighting people in public?
Yeah. It's just something I gotta. It just comes to me, man. I look forward to one time. The time I did look forward, it was at the beach. Other times I was just protecting myself. The boy, he really came to me and jumped at me. That's really why I swung. I wasn't even gonna swing on him. I was gonna keep walking, try to go on by my day, because my family was all the way at the other end.
Did you have security with you that day?
Nah, that was landing a little later. I was just really dolo when my folks was down there. So like, we was on two different planes, and I landed first.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
But niggas, I ain't gonna lie, they get dealt with it, you know what I mean? He was talking, I hit him in the mouth, his mouth was kind of swole out of the fact. He claimed he punched me and I fell, but I
He claimed he knocked you out.
Yeah, I didn't fall off a punch, you know. But I feel like he got what he deserved, and I just kept pushing. But after that, I vowed myself, I was like, bro, if I keep becoming a slave to a person's words, like I'm a slave to him, you know what I mean? I keep doing it. Yeah, so like, you just gotta move differently.
The one time I've had someone approach me on some bullshit was at an airport. Actually, now that I think about it.
It's weird. It's like, I guess because they know
I was with my lady, you know, and I think he was staring at her. And then we saw me walk up with her. I think he got kind of jealous. You know what I'm saying? So he like walked up to me and just started like kind of talking some shit lightweight. And she was like, "Let's go, come on, we're not engaged."
It's good. It's good to have a lady like that.
Exactly. So you dropped your third mixtape, Me Versus Me. A lot of appearances on this one.
It's beautiful.
Polo G again, G Herbo, Moneybag Yo, in Young Thug. When you heard about the Rico case, what did you think?
Unfortunately, how real. Because I'm gonna let people know what a lot of people don't understand. When you in this industry, bro, you can wake up. Like I said, if I wanted a bitch to come here and suck everybody's dick, she'll do it right now. If I wanted to go make some money, I can do it. If I want to go eat what I want to eat, I can go eat it. But when all of that is just taken away in fucking morning time, unexpected, and now you in a 2x4, man, that shit different. That shit gonna hit, man. And that's what I realized every time I sat in the cell. It made me more grateful for what I had, because you free. You can do anything. You can wake up and say, I want to go to Portugal somewhere. So you can do it. You can do it. You got the money to do it. You got the passport to do it. You can do it. But you can't say, I want to go outside this jail. Like, and that's where it hit.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, the first time I got locked up, the first thing I thought was that hip-hop had been lying to me all these years. There's nothing fly about being in this cage right now. Like, yo, like, I grew up watching NWA videos, so they're rapping out of jail cells, and it looks all cool, and, you know, people brag about how much jail time they got. And when you're actually in a cell, especially like in a precinct with no bathroom, you gotta ask the damn cop, can you piss? You just feel like a fucking animal at that point.
With the YouTube Music app, you can discover remix after remix after remix after remix. Cool. I love that house version. Try one more free.
His case is very unfortunate, man.
That on vegan, I remember last time I got locked up, I'm like, yo, I need some vegan food.
Like, nope, here's a bologna sandwich.
Me, gave me a hot dog, that bitch with 3 different colors, brown, red, and pink, with some beans and shit. I'm like, man, it's some bullshit. Got a jail, like, you know, nobody want to live like that, man. And I feel for him and his whole, you know what I'm saying? So everybody with him that's a part of it, you know what I mean? But I just feel for him. It's unfortunate.
I mean, does it make you feel like when you write lyrics now? Do you feel like, you know, let me think over what I write down and put out? Because I read the 88-page indictment. Like Young Thug's lyrics and other YSL members' lyrics are all over that fucking indictment. All over it. You know, like, some of the shit is probably gonna get thrown out. Some of the shit might not get thrown out. You know, Boosie, when he was doing his murder case, his murder trial, for a day and a half they played his lyrics to the jury. He had been saying this.
They took every lyric I had with my co-defendant name and played it. Every lyric I talk about killing in, they played it. Every murder lyric, really, they played it. And it was so crazy because they was trying to explain the lyrics, and some of the lyrics was wrong. They didn't even know what I was saying, but they was trying to say stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they gonna use it against you in court. You know, anything you do on social media, they gonna use it against you in court. That's their tool. That's their tool to work with.
You know, people talk about, oh, you know, glass the feds, you know, don't do interviews, but they'll take your music
all the time. Yeah.
They'll take your fucking music. You don't have to ever do an interview in life.
And on top of that, what you're saying, that when I write music, it's never to the point where I'm like cautious on certain things I say, because I know if I speak on a shooting or something, it's already been settled between the families and me. Or if I speak on this incident, I know it's been settled between me and the court of law. And this just straight facts off my life. I done did stuff behind the gun, motherfucker. I had to come to an agreement, throw a motherfucker some bread, just so a motherfucker don't do this. And I've already signed something to the point to where it's like, you can't come back and arrest me for it. So I can speak on it or whatever. I'm not gonna do it, but like I can say whatever. Or with the court of law, this I can do this. But at the end of the day, me as a now who I am now, I'm not an active member. I'm not active with nothing I do. If I rap about it, it's strictly entertainment. You can't say that I'm out here putting 20 on this nigga and getting him killed. I'm not doing that. For what? We ain't for what? I'm trying to get up there with Drake and MJ and Mike Jackson. I'm trying to get on that level, man. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. Because a nigga diss me, I wanna go kill him or do that. Man, no, bro. And I feel like that's where shit get fucked up at. Everybody wanna smoke on him, do this, do that. Nigga, it's people dead that I never mentioned. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. There's certain things I never speak on, man. I just don't understand how they get brought about in music. But at the same time, man, some people don't think how I'm thinking is funny. It's funny, everybody was laughing and clowning Chalk because I somewhat was zen and spiritual. I got healthy, I eat right. But what I don't tell them is what the shit I was doing before then and how I had task force watching my house, police watching my fucking houses, police watching the house I'd be at over there in Fraser, police watching that, or also the niggas around that'll be snitching on you, that got niggas fighting for their life as we speak and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that side of it because at the end of the day I'm not gonna speak none of it in my raps and but you can clown it, you can say, oh, he meditate, he's spiritual, he do this. Well, probably that's what motherfuckers need to do. You know what I'm saying? I just got balance within my life, and I feel like a lot of people should take heed. I used to have dreams of like the feds coming to get me. I used to have real dreams to it, and like I stepped away from all of that energy and all that. And I feel like I did it at the right time, because if you look now, there's over 30 rappers locked up right now. Over 30.
Well, what's actually worse than the 30 rappers that are locked up are all the rappers that have lost their lives. A lot of which I've interviewed.
Or even shot. It goes from being shot, it goes to being shot and killed, and it goes to being in jail.
Yeah.
It's the cycle, bro. Nobody want to be a part of that, man. And niggas that clown me for being the smart one. They clown Chop for being the smart one and not want to be in that category. I don't want to be in that stereotype, bro.
Yeah, no, I had 2 interviews with FBG Duck, and in both interviews I'm trying to convince him to move out of Chicago. In both interviews he's arguing with me and saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. And he gets killed in Chicago, in the most high-end tourist area of Chicago, Gold Coast. Mo 3, I'm telling him that he could probably move out of Dallas. He's like, oh, don't go chase me down to Dallas, I don't need security. He got chased down and killed in Dallas. It's neat, you know, me and Pop Smoke talked a couple days before he got killed about doing the interview. Me and G Money from Baton Rouge had an interview lined up, like, you know, that never happened. It's the cycle of these young, you know, black men with all this potential getting caught up in some emotional bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's
energy and emotion.
Yeah. That's a lot of times other people's emotions. You know, it's over a girl, it's over being hypnotized with hatred all the time. Yeah, most times it's over a girl.
99.9% of the time.
I heard the whole meeting was over a girl. You know, the jealousy over money, the bragging, all that, and it's heartbreaking, man. It's sad when I hear this shit.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's like the cycle don't end, because God gave you this blessing to change. What the fuck? Man, if I'm in the hood, and I'm hitting licks, I'm doing drills every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this and that. And I get the opportunity to change my life and change my family around me life. Why would I keep holding on to that vendetta just to hold on to a persona of, you know, I'm killing on this, on that? I find it stupid. You get in this position to grow. People get in this position and stay the same. Why is you still doing the same? People don't understand. You probably not in the car shooting somebody. You probably not in the car robbing somebody, but you still got people doing it off the strength of you, or you paying somebody. It's still the same thing. That karma gonna come back the same way.
Or just the affiliation, like you look at Casanova 2 times, and that shit was horrible, because I'd interviewed him, you know, some years before then. He just got caught up, because his friends was, you know, Untouchable, you know, Gorilla Stone, I think, Nation. And it's like, you see what happens with these RICO cases. You know, what he did one little interview with Nick Cannon where he goes, "Oh, I'm still eighth." You know, but I don't do none of that shit. But I'm still eighth. Your Honor, he says he's still a gang member. Now he's part of a RICO, and now he's forced to take a plea deal, and now we're waiting, you know, to sentencing. It's fucked up and it's sad, and you don't do all this shit. Like you're making legit money now. You pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, worst thing that'll happen is you might get audited. You know, that's the worst. You're not gonna go to jail for the money you're making. You're not gonna. People aren't gonna be retaliating against you or whatever else. But yeah, but people want to have that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, Boosie said you can't be a gangster and a rapper at the same time. He's like, he's tried it and he ended up on death row. And he was lucky enough to beat it. Because he had the money to beat it.
People gotta understand balance, man. Rap was always entertainment. It's entertainment. That's what it is. It's entertainment. You only use that platform to entertain and go home about your business and handle what's at home.
Yep.
There's two sides of life. Motherfuckers think it's entertainment and then they keep it in their real life too. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You gotta have that balance to where you know what you rapping about. You rapping about this, you can rap about. I can rap about anything I want to because I've done it, did it, or will do. But I'm not rapping about nothing that I'm still doing at the moment. You know what I mean? It's just not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not even I got a daughter, bro. I got a daughter and I'm trying to have a son. You know what I'm saying? I got my mama,
Do your
got
master's
my brother.
bidding. Get to
You know what
work.
I'm saying? I got a sister. I got my pops. Bro, I got real responsibilities, bro. I got my grandma, my grandpa, them folks would be heartbroken if something happened to me, man. And I feel like people be too selfish to realize that. Niggas gotta realize that and wake the fuck up. Like, I really got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And more so than that, we got the whole world looking at us in the process. Yeah, we got, man, niggas, we got little kids, bro. These niggas, my fans literally start at 3 years old, bro.
Yeah, man, I got all types of interesting death threats from Memphis fans. Like, you were going at it, I was like, alright. Like, it's not like I was taking them seriously, because, you know, at the end of the day, I don't even live in Memphis. But it's like, it's interesting how people will, like, really potentially even throw their finger out. You know, over, you know, like for example, like, you know, if I wanted to
For sure.
I'm not doing that. It's a crime. It's a terrorist threat. You know, you look at the person's page and they're sitting next to their car with their driver's license plate right there, like, you know, their Nissan Altima or whatever, like, talking about I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. When you come to Memphis, you're dead. Like, I'm like, motherfucker, look at you right here. Like, you're really stupid. You're really fucking dumb right now. Like, you're lucky I'm not this type of person. And I don't want to see a young man end up fucking his life up over some emotional dumb shit. But people are really dumb like that.
That's why, man, at the same time, you hear my music, I won't say all of my music reflect on who I am as a person as of right now. You might still hear some shoot 'em up, bang, bang. But I do like to give the option of when you see me as a person, you see what I talk about and what I stand for. So you can love my music, but I want people to love me for who I am more as a person. The same thing with Pop. Love his music. Can go every song relate to it. Dear mama, love my mom to death. So many tears, I cried many times. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, who he was as a person, that's who I resonate with. I didn't bump Pop music until I fucked with him as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because it just felt like it was me. So,
well, you mentioned kids. Your girlfriend, Marissa, had a miscarriage. You're supposed to have a son.
Yeah, he's supposed to come June 10th. He's supposed to be a Gemini.
Did it hurt you when it happened?
It hurt me hard. It hurt me real hard. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like I can't. Now that I know what life is, I can't dwell. I had never been in space too long. I cried a day, and the next day I'm like, alright, keep pushing, find a way to. Trying so much, you know what I'm saying? Something different. Trying how we can improve it.
By ordinance divine.
Is this the girl that you're with right now? Okay. Is this the one you went on Instagram and said that the first day I met you?
Yeah. I did. Oh, fact. Hey, let me clear that up to the people, bro.
Go ahead,
my nigga.
Tell everyone what you said.
I said I said nothing than you on the first time that I met you. So what happened was I was celibate for 2 months. I was celibate. So I didn't want to see her in person because I knew I was gonna.
Now that was just the nut that just
No, man.
filled up the whole bathtub.
See, look, I was celibate 2 months, and I used to have her on FaceTime. We was on FaceTime 2 months. So I used to always tell her, I used to be like, I can't see you right now. I'm celibate. I'm working on something. I'm working on the goal. Boom. And when I finally saw her in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? We had already built a relationship through communication, which was the best thing I could have did. If I would have fucked up first, then I would have met her, had the contact with her. Got her talking, you probably would have been with me. And now she like
Cryo incarnate. Get to work.
You know what I'm saying? Woman-wise, you know what I'm saying? She's a real stand-up lady. So I'm glad I did what I did. Talked to her for 2 months. That's why celibacy is so important. You know what I'm saying? I got to know who she was as a person instead of knowing who her pussy was before I got to know what her brain was about. So picked the brain 2 months straight. I was like, I really fuck with her. First time I met her, when she was pregnant.
Oh, that was the miscarriage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but listen, I'm not gonna say that I have been the most responsible human being. Man, over the course of the years, there's been lots of no condom situations. There's been, there's been the pregnancy scares. There's been some plan Bs along the way, and then so forth.
Nigga, I thought I had 2 babies on the way at 14.
Okay.
14.
Well, why hear this?
I know virginity, yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you a little side note of the story.
Order guide you.
I interviewed Gary Payton, right? Basketball player.
Do your master's
He had
bidding.
2 sons,
Manifest.
5 months apart. Both of them named Gary. So his son, Gary Payton II, plays for, the Warriors. Just won the finals. He has another son named Gary Jr. So he was like with his girl, and he got his other girl pregnant, and then they both had sons, and they were both the same thing.
When I was dating my Gary II, who I met in high school, and then when I got the NBA, I had a relationship with another lady. So happened they both had the kids in the same year. So it was like they both wanted to name him Gary. So I said, okay, cool. You could name one Gary Jr., one Gary.
I will
So
have
it was
order.
one of them things where it worked out for me. I'm happy for that. I got 2 sons named after me. We can keep my name going on. So that's all I was talking about. Just keep my name going on.
Motherfuckers really wild out sometimes. But look, what I was gonna say is like, listen, I have been the most responsible person myself. I get it, right? Shit happens, you get lost in the moment and everything else like that. But you have 1 child already with someone who you are not married to. And, you went through a degree of drama of 2 young people, 2 teenagers having a kid when you guys really were not ready for it, just to be honest. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all's relationship is, but 2 teenagers having a child usually means that people, neither one is ready for it. They just got caught up in the moment. Now, here you are with 1 child. You're 19 now?
This is order.
19. 20
Hooray! Do your
you
master's
feel like,
bidding.
okay, I can't just be nutting and thinking everybody. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like you need to really switch up the way you do things? Because at the end of the day, it's funny to laugh about Nick Cannon's situation and all his kids. He's got 9 kids with 6, 7 different women. They're all born right around the same time. Yeah, it's cool, whatever, but that's a very stressful situation for him, I'm sure. Trying to juggle all these different children, these different baby mothers, their relationships, and you're not going to get to spend the time. Like you talking about how because of the drama you went through, you missed a whole year. You know what I'm saying? When you're not really married to someone or in a very serious relationship with someone, you're not going to really get to be the father that you could be to that child.
See, but a lot of people don't understand though, us males are meant to produce. That's what sex is for. Sex isn't for pleasure. Sex is generally to have a baby, and that's it. That's what God designed it for it to be. You know what I'm saying? Us, gorillas, and dolphins, we the only mammals that have sex for pleasure. So like, With that being said,
I never knew that. That's actually an interesting group of animals right there.
Yeah.
Humans, gorillas, and dolphins.
Yeah.
They all get buck wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we really here to produce. So it never was a point in my life to where I didn't want to have kids. I just always wanted to be able to financially support them. So when I was 14 and I thought I had 2 babies on the way, I was telling both of the girls, I'm like, yo, we need to abort. Like I don't know how I'm gonna support this baby, and kind of find out both of them wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't mine.
Wait, they both had kids? They both were yours?
They both wasn't mine. It was crazy. I don't know how. One of them looked just like me, and I'm like, yo, that's mine. And it wasn't mine. You know what I mean? But now that I can raise a village. I know what I want. I know that I want a lot of women to be able to help raise what I got going on. I wanna do things how my ancestors did. They had 10 to 15 kids and like 3 to 4 wives to help them with everything. So like,
So that's what you want?
Yeah, that's what I want.
You want to have 10 to 15 kids?
I want to have like 10 kids for sure.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, listen, if you're coming in with your eyes open, then all good.
Yeah, for sure. You just gotta know what you want out of it. You know what I mean? If you just doing it to doing it, I'm pretty sure Nick got a purpose with every nut he busts, because there's no way he's just slipping up doing it. I don't think, I think it's a purpose behind it. We'll probably know later on in the future.
Well, or maybe it just feels better when you don't pull out.
You know, you could create a whole storyline around it, but as someone that has sex thousands of times, I can tell you that it feels better not to pull out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
We should keep going.
Roddy Ricch did an interview, and he named the best rappers under 25. He named himself, NBA Youngboy, and Kodak Black.
Yeah.
And you felt some type of way about that.
Did feel some type of way because of what he said. Felt some type of way because in the comments everybody was mentioning like, oh, how you wouldn't put this person in here, such and such. I did see too many comments about me though. I mean, reason why I feel that way is because when you're speaking of the youngest to do it, I'm the youngest to do it. There's nobody at my age currently right now that got the same amount of plaques as me, streams as me. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody. Only person close to it is the kid Lauro. And I think he's 19. Leroy. I think that's how you say it.
Leroy, yeah.
Kid Leroy. And still with that, like my numbers. But he don't drop a lot. I feel like if he drop a lot more, he'll be on my ass too as the youngest to do it. But like,
And he's 18.
yeah,
My man Lil Bibby actually signed him.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, he's super talented. He's from Australia actually, but he's more of a singer. He's not a rapper.
But he, hip hop. They go on hip
I guess.
hop. But like, but reason why I still made those claims, you know what I'm saying? 16, I was 16. You just did the whole dialogue. I was 16. I was already in that year when I was growing up. I already ended the year with like 5 plaques. Currently sitting on 15, 16 gold and platinum plaques. Got over 5 billion, going on 6 billion streams worldwide. Not million, it's billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're in the billions of streams.
I just feel like people don't really get them flowers like I'm supposed to. I guess it's a lot more I gotta do, but I know it's not gonna happen. But if my career was to end right now, I've already did more than a lot of rappers that's just hot right now. Just not getting hot. I did what they've done in 2 years, 3 years. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it gotta be some type of respect on that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that might make you feel a little better about this whole thing. We just have an interview that we're running right now with Shaggy, the reggae artist, and Shaggy is the biggest living reggae artist to have sold Diamond. Right, his song "It Wasn't Me" went Diamond, album I think went Diamond, and so forth. And he won a Grammy when he first came out, and then for the next like 15 years he didn't win any more Grammys. Right, and he was talking to his grandmother about how annoyed he felt like he'd go to the Grammys and he's not winning or whatever else. His grandmother said, when you do your job, do it for the reward and not for the award.
I mean, it was great. I kind of took it for granted because I kind of knew I was going to win when I was nominated. I was like, I was the shit. I'm the hottest around like that. And I won, and it just was like, okay, I won a Grammy. There's 10 more of those, and then I didn't get one for years afterwards. I was nominated like 5 times after that. went there every year and just didn't win. And until recently when we did 44876 with Sting.
Right.
And finally we won again. I was like, and it's always hard when you're at, award shows and open the year and then you go home without winning. Like, fuck. We just did that recently with Spice, and we're really pumped up. We had a big year with her. Godonde is still one of the biggest songs. And Soldier One. Just out of nowhere. So it was like, oh my God. So, it's always tough. But, my grandmother always says, you do things for the reward, not the award. Because you can spend the reward. The award just collect dust.
It's deep.
You're being rewarded for what you do. You're not just sitting here doing music and 100 people listen to it. Your streams are crazy. And like how you and I talked on the phone before this happened, you were on tour, in a sold-out tour in Europe. You were in Turkey, I think, when you and I were talking. At the end of the day, you're being rewarded for everything you do. You recorded music, and I haven't seen really any songs that are 1 million views. You're on tour, you're selling out Turkey, you're selling out places where a lot of Memphis artists just could not sell out. I mean, unless you're talking like the 3 6 Mafia or so forth, it's just like, you're being rewarded for what you do. Now, the awards are kind of funny. Awards is almost like people vote for people they like, they vote for their friends. It's like Black TV doesn't even get nominated for nothing. And we're the biggest hip-hop YouTube channel in the world. We outnumber everybody, but when the BET Awards, when the Hip Hop Awards come, we're not even listed. But that's okay, because we're rewarded for what we do. You know what I mean? 70 million people a month tune in. 70 to 80 million people tune in and watch our YouTube channel.
It's crazy.
We have over 5 million subscribers on YouTube channel. You actually have more than that. Congrats. In a shorter period of time. Which shows, once again, how you're being rewarded for what you do. But the awards, they may take a long time to come, they may never come, they may come after you die. You know what I mean? Like some of the great artists in the world, like Van Gogh, were broke their whole lives, and suddenly, after they die and become discovered, they're in all the museums, and their works sell for hundreds of millions of dollars. He never got to experience that. So you can't really get mad at that. But you're being paid. You're being paid nicely. Your fans fuck with you, but you might not get the plaque. Not the plaques, but the trophies.
100% correct. For sure.
So
But it's in due time. You know what I mean? Just gotta keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Roddy Ricch don't mention you as the top 3 rappers. That's like an award. You know what I'm saying? That's just his opinion. And it's not like he's picking a bunch of other whack rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like he's picking top-notch dudes. And he's putting himself in that list too. So now you lose a slot because of himself. Right? So I wouldn't let shit like that really affect you in any type of way. You're popping. And you're 19 years old. You're popping as a teenager. What you pulled off is exceptional. And when you and I first talked, that's how I actually started off the conversation with you. It wasn't like, yo, what was up with that shit that you said or whatever. It's like, all right, man, look, we're going to talk it out, and I'm going to give you your props from the jump. And then you do the same thing with me.
I got you.
Yeah. And ultimately, man, that's what it's really about. The awards and shit, they may or may not come. But you can't work around that shit. And speaking of Europe, you just dropped like a random UK, video. It's called In the UK, which is at like millions of views already.
Yeah, about 6, almost at 6. I like to relate. It's doing successful.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
Man, currently I'm out here. I wrote 40 songs while I was in Europe, so I'm currently trying to record all 40 of those. then mix down the album and try to get a date to release it. I'm currently shooting a video out here. Supposed to be shooting a video like on the 27th. So like, I'm saying, so just keep on, just staying busy, keep working. Beautiful time to be in right now. I feel like it's my most successful year by far. A lot of things been successful. I sold out a tour in America, sold out a tour in Europe, released an album at the top of the year. It's almost gold. I can't complain. I'm just in this halfway. We halfway through it. I know I'm closing it strong, like Usain Bolt. So,
Do you have a name for the album?
I haven't came up with it yet, but I'ma know. When it's time, I'ma know. When it hit, I think I know what I want to name it, but I want to keep it on the low.
Yeah, and I think that like what I really realized, because I had heard a couple songs beforehand, but in the process of really preparing for this interview, I started really plow through all the albums, all the projects, everything else like that. And the thing that I think maybe a lot of people who aren't like serious fans of you don't realize is that you're actually a lyricist. You actually rap. You write.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I don't get the impression that you just go in the booth and just mumble some shit. You know, punch in and punch out, then go on to the next song. I feel like you write your choruses, you're rapping, you're double timing shit, you're fitting in a lot of words.
Put a lot into it.
You know, you're harmonizing. You know, during certain songs. It's not just. You know, a lot of times you see rappers that are hot because they have a style that's just new and different. Not so much a substance thing, but it's like, oh, this is like a new style. It's a new sound. But that's not really you. I feel like you're more of a traditional, serious rapper.
I'm an MC.
You're an MC.
Artist.
There you go. And that's what I learned in terms of preparing for this conversation.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, me being an OG hip-hop fan, I was born the year hip-hop was invented.
For real?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 73.
So,
you know, I was...
So what's that, Curtis Blow? Or?
I was before that.
Or
I mean, well, 73, that's when, that was just a house party, school work.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There was no recorded hip-hop back then. I mean, I was born. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like when breakdancing became a thing, that's when I really started embracing.
Yeah, that's when hip-hop really started in Jamaica.
Well, it was based on Jamaican music because Kool Herc is Jamaican.
Yeah.
So he took that dance hall style of lots of speakers.
Yeah.
You know, DJs in Jamaica are the MCs, right? The dudes that are talking on the mic are called the DJs. You know, like Beanie Man considers himself a DJ, they're not an MC. And yeah, Kool Herc, who is Jamaican from Jamaica, took that style and brought it to America, but instead of playing reggae songs, he was playing American songs, playing disco, you know what I mean, funk. And that turned into hip-hop 49 years later, almost 50 years later, man. That's how you earn your living, that's how I earn my living, that's how people in this room change a lot of people's lives, man. That's where we're gonna end it. And Ellie Chapel, man, appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for that.
Let's do this again. Peace.
Thank you.
Mind be purged, world be saved.
All right, here we go. The interview that nobody thought was going to happen. NLE Chopper. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you for having me on the seat.
Yep, we're actually here in person right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here in the room with you, man to man, just like how we talked about. And the thing is, I just think it's important, you know, the reason why I felt we should do this interview is that two men could disagree about something online and then actually talk it out like adults, and even though we may not agree, we could actually agree to disagree and show each other respect and talk about, you know what I'm saying, our various viewpoints and show everyone that even though there's an age difference between us, we still respect one another.
And still relate to certain things for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't have to be like, oh, this old ass motherfucker, you know, is out of touch. I don't be like, oh, this young ass motherfucker don't know nothing. It's the fact that we're both two successful men and we're both intelligent and we can actually talk things out. Well,
before we get into everything else, I want to talk about how me and you kind of went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And really kind of talk about it and get it all out of the open.
For sure.
Originally, look, I was actually a fan of what you were doing. You know, when Chopper Flow came out, I'm like, oh, this is dope. You know, it sounded different. But really, what got me was that skit.
With me and my mom.
No. The one where you were performing for Birdman.
Yeah.
And then like this comedian did like you know, like every teenager was like, I was trying to one trip that hoe. You know, my mom was like, you gotta clean your room, and you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That shit was hilarious. I must have watched that like 200 times.
And I've been a fan too. I've been watching your interviews since before I blew up. So, you know what I'm saying? Same here. You had a lot of people come here. So, same respect, you know what I mean?
Word. Okay, so let's just talk about how our whole back and forth started. Well, the first time I actually heard you mention my name was back in July of 2020, where you went on Twitter and said DJ Vlad is the police. And then I think Polo G like backed you up on that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's controversial when you say that Vlad is the police, because at the same time I feel like people that sit here got the opportunity to not answer certain questions or to not speak on certain things or just to go into context or detail about certain things. Some of the questions you do ask, I say like, okay, it's kind of some police questions, but I feel like what makes it police is what completes the sentence is how the person responds to your question. So you know what I'm saying? Most people like you ask a question, and I've seen a lot of interviews, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of people will brush it off and you know that'll be good, but I see somebody that go through with it, get in detail about this and get in detail about that, and a few months later I got a Rico or something. You know what I mean? So
well, we've never interviewed anybody where they talked about something that was actually used in any of the cases.
Yeah, I mean, not saying like you like it's a purposeful thing, but I just know like I know from experience with me going through legal troubles before and my family and my brothers and all this stuff, they gonna use whatever.
Yep.
They gonna use the slightest bit of anything. It can be a simple video of you just talking and somebody just record. You know, they gonna use anything to play it against you in the court of law. So that's why I was saying I wasn't really just saying like, oh, Vlad, he really undercover FBI and just trying to set people up. That's not what I was saying. It's just really like, it was really a joke. You know?
Yeah, it's all good, and I took it as that. You know, I didn't respond to it. In fact, me and Polo G actually ran into each other at a Bank of America. You know, here in Calabasas, so we went outside and we had a conversation. You know, he kind of told me his point of view, and I respected it. I told my point of view, and you know, we both respected it because I'd interviewed him before as well. But whatever, that came and went. But then what started to happen?
See how you got the tabs? You got the tabs. That's like I'm joking with you, but you got it though. I knew you were gonna pick up the first time.
Right. Okay. So then what happened with the whole back and forth thing was, well, Justin Bieber has a serious medical condition.
Yeah, serious,
Very serious, where half his face is paralyzed. You went on, I believe, Twitter, and you said, hey, someone from the label should contact me because I want to help him, right?
And the only reason why I sent the tweets is because I don't run my Instagram. So like it's hard to get in touch with people. I like to keep a lot of things off the internet. I couldn't DM them on Twitter because we don't follow each other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we reported on you saying that. I looked through the article. There wasn't anything really negative about you. It was like, oh, Italy Choppa offers to help Justin Bieber. And then that's when you started on me.
Yeah.
You were like, stop posting me. You called me a chump and so forth. And then I started responding. I called you a snake oil salesman, and there was some back and forth, and it hit all the blogs.
What is a snake oil salesman?
It's an old school term, right? It's these dudes that go town to town. It's you know like a witch doctor or something.
Yeah.
Like these dudes that go town to town. And they sell these like bottles of Miracle Cure, and you know, a lot of times it wouldn't be real. It'd be like snake oil.
Yeah,
so they started being called snake oil salesmen.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nothing specific towards you. It's just an old school term from like, I don't know, the 50s or some shit before my time.
Okay.
Right, but then people picked up on that, and then all the blogs picked it up, and you know, things settled down, and we went back to our lives. So then what happened was one of the guys that helps me book interviews was like, hey, this dude wants to pay, you to interview him on Vlad TV, which I don't do. Like, I don't take payments at all. And I looked up who he was, and he was this guy who claimed that he cured his mom of cancer, and all the comments were turned off, and he was selling some $125 bottle that's supposed to cure shit. And based on that, I went on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, this snake oil salesman tried to pay me to get an interview with me. This is how these dudes operate. I wasn't actually talking about you, to be dead honest, right? But since I used the word snake oil salesman, people probably start tagging me.
I feel like you knew what you was doing. I feel like in a bit of a sense, like as you was tweeting that, you was probably thinking like, they may think I'm talking about NLE. Like in a little bit,
yeah.
But at the same time, I wasn't gonna respond until I like be active on my Twitter because it's like really the only apps where I can really be more so engaged with my fans. And I seen him mention me in it, and I was like, you know what, brother, it's Cap, and like, I just hate when people lie on my name, and that's how I felt it was.
Yeah.
Even though you wasn't talking about me, but I didn't know that until I responded. But I just wanted to clear the air. I could have cleared the air better. Instead of,
I mean, look, I never claimed that you were trying to pay to get an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, the reason why this is even happening is because we have a mutual friend with DJ Academics.
Yeah, you put us in contact.
Yeah, me and him were talking after the whole back and forth, and he was like, man, y'all should really do an interview together. And I'm like, I'm with it.
Would be dope, yeah.
And then, he put us on three-way, and then you called me. You were in Europe at the time. And we had, like, a long conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was, like, mutually respectful.
Yeah, always, because one thing about me, man, if I'm ever seen going back and forth on the internet, I'm not taking it serious. All my business that I take serious will never hit the internet. What is, if I really got a problem with you or got a problem with a person, it'll never hit the internet. I feel like the internet and real life is two different things, and I think this generation don't really know it, and that's why a lot of people end up in trouble. People think like, oh, he's a goofball, he's this or that, but they really don't know me, because in a sense, certain things I know that don't supposed to hit the air, and certain things I do know. Me and you going back and forth is entertainment to me. Me and me going back and forth with another rapper or something, that's entertainment. Is it serious in my life? And do I ever feel threatened? Do I ever feel like I got to do something to somebody? No, until it gets to that point. So like, it was all fun. It wasn't never like I disliked you or it was a disrespect thing. Shit, hell, I see your interviews even throughout the time period when we was somewhat going back and forth. I was still watching your interviews. So if I was a straight hater, I wouldn't even. I'd be like, man, fuck this, I don't want to see nothing, But like, it's just fun with me,
Yeah. And at one point you were like, I can't wait to see you, big hugs. And I'm like,
and I got you a hug.
Yeah, it's all right.
Like I'm for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it might sound like I'm finna do something else, but nah, bro, like I don't put stuff like that on there now.
Right.
I love my freedom, I got a daughter, I stand on priorities and morals and boundaries. Like you won't never see me what I look like. How old are you, Blad? No,
I'm 49.
You 49?
I'm more than twice your age.
What I look like trying to find a 49-year-old man, and like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's out of place, and it's to a sense of like it's not right. So like it's no reason for it, it's uncalled for, and I feel like if people had the same mindset, they wouldn't be in trouble as much as they would be in. So like I said, I was gonna give you a big hug. I wanted to sound like it was a threat, but really I wanted a hug.
And my response was, you don't have to wait to see me. You can come see me face to face right here. And here we are, face to face. Well, I gave it some thought, right? Because me and you had a conversation about some of the stuff that you feel strongly medical-wise, and other things that I feel strongly medical-wise. And when I started to think about it, what I realized is that I'm not a doctor, right? So who am I to argue with you when I don't have any medical training at all? But we do have a doctor that actually does come to Vlad TV, Dr. Khan. He's a medical doctor. He works in Las Vegas. He was one of the original doctors that was treating all the COVID patients and everything else like that. And I had a conversation with him, and I said, hey, can you give some of your input on some of the things that me and Chapo were going back and forth, and he made a short video where he addressed it. Do you mind if I play it for you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I feel like nowadays, like, you know, in the hip hop community and just all over the place, people, they really want to put their foot into the medical world, and I think that's a great thing. Like with NLE Choppa talking about how herbal medications like mugwort are, you know, advantageous in curing and preventing illnesses like cancer, and what Justin Bieber has, Ramsay Hunt syndrome. And you know what? To be honest with you, Vlad, I respect that. I respect somebody trying to spread a positive message to the people about things they can do to benefit themselves. Just like we talked about with Dr. Sabi. You know, we talked about how, you know, it's not just about treating with pharmacologic medications, but, you know, you have, you know, herbal medications and antioxidants, things that could boost your immune system. We talked about those as well. And me personally, as a physician, I advocate for that on top of medications that I prescribe. But we also have to come to the seriousness of the situation and what we're talking about. We're talking about cancer itself. Now, that's a scary term. You know, it's very scary, and a lot of people, you know, consider cancer to be something related to a death sentence by itself. But we need to break down what cancer actually is. Cancer is the irregular growth of cells that occurs in the body, and cancer comes in various stages. You know, you have the early stage 1 where, you know, the growth of the cells is localized only in one area of the body, but then as the cancer becomes worse and worse, it starts spreading and metastasizing. Cancer can spread to different organs in your body. So, you know, based on that, the oncologists that I work with in the hospital, you know, we treat patients accordingly with radiation, where we can focalize in one area and try to attack those irregularly growing cells, or chemotherapy, which is more broad spectrum, patients that are more stage 3, stage 4. So you gotta understand, in this type of situation, there's no magic cure to helping these patients. I wish there was. I wish there was a medication that could target the cancer specifically and get rid of it, but unfortunately there isn't. And I still advocate for people to do things to help with their immune systems, to take herbal medications. You know, it's not just mugwort, but we got garlic, onion, beta carotene, flaxseed, you know, things that people can do in addition to being treated by medications by their physician. So I just, you know, I don't like giving people false hope or a sense of false hope that there is going to be this magic cure for their cancer, or in Justin Bieber's condition for his Ramsay Hunt. Ramsay Hunt is a viral infection that has occurred to the nerves that has caused the paralysis in his face. But just to say that mugwort is going to cure him of that, I mean, he can try it, but it's not going to be the end-all cure. You're hearing it from Dr. Khan. So ultimately, Vlad, salute and respect to everybody out there that, you know, is an advocate for medical therapy, but don't make far-fetched claims. That's all I'm trying to say.
And wait, shout out to him. He was very understanding. And
he was very respectful towards your position as well. This was not, you know, we're not bashing you in any respect. You saying that you actually have some very good points.
Yeah, respectful. He's very understanding. But I look at it like this. Okay, so let's just say with Justin Bieber, first and foremost, I never said like just mugwort or help with what he doing. I feel like every disease starts with the gut anyway. So first you have to detox the gut, like something like fasting, you know what I'm saying, cleanse the body. Then you will go to herbs that heal the nerves. It's a nerve type of disease. It like shuts down the nerves. That's what makes the face paralyzed on one side. So what herbs deal with nerves? You got herbs like blue vervain and mugwort. If you make certain blends while a person is either on a fast or on a strict type of diet, it's possible. It's extremely possible. You can even rub type of oils. You can make oils out of these blends, rub it on the face, and they'll help the nerves. That's all I was trying to do. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I just cure people with these magical herbs and like, oh, I'm gonna give you mugwort and you just gonna heal from cancer, because that's impossible. Like I told you on the phone, like that's not how it works. First and foremost, I can't heal anyone. I can't come to you and say, you got cancer, I can heal your cancer with this. First and foremost, it all starts within the person, within self, and God and faith. You know what I'm saying? So it's never me. I can only bring someone to the water with what God presented us here. You know what I'm saying? It grows naturally. All of these things have their benefits. You can look them up. We use the right way. If you use them the right way over a period of time, it's never a quick fix. Everything is a journey when it gets that serious. It's a journey. If you use it the right way, you will see benefits. You will see results. You will go back a few months later, a few years later, or whatnot, and things can disappear. It can. But I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna give you this in a jar, just drink it every day, and you will be good. That's not how it works. You have to do things like you got to work out. You got to drink lots of amounts of water. You got to do a lot of breathing because oxygen naturally kills cells within self. So you got cells just growing rapidly in the body. You can kill cells with just simple breathing. Oxygen kills cells. Cells, you know what I mean? You release carbon dioxide. That's the toxin. When you inhale, that's the oxygen. When you exhale, you releasing the toxins, carbon dioxide. That's what are held within these cells. And another thing on top of that is sugar. Cells like they like to feast on sugars. So boom, if I'm eating things with the nature of starch, like bread, pastas, potatoes, stuff like that, cells also feast off those type of foods, sugars, all that stuff. They grow and they expand rapidly. Like honestly, I haven't got too deep into like the cancers and stuff, but I know what you can do to get rid of it for sure. I can tell you advice and people can go on about it themselves and move on it. Anybody you can ask them about this stuff I'm about to say, he'll let you know he know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to start with STDs because I feel like that's one of the most common things from a simple gonorrhea to chlamydia to HIV to herpes and things like that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's deep. I can talk about it forever because it's like a real passion for it. But the only reason why I feel some type of way, which I told you, but I gotta let the fans know, I felt as if like when you love and you take passion in something that you really want to do and you know your purpose is here to help and heal, you know what I mean? Of course, when someone says something about what you're trying to do to help someone, it didn't hurt my feelings, but it just rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, look, man, you got people that laugh at this man. Like you got people that see Justin Bieber, this side of his face working and the other side not working. They'll really clown him and laugh at him and crack jokes, which I've seen a few just scrolling. And then you got little me over here. I'm like, hey, I want to help. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, oh, let me clown him for trying to help, or let me bring him down for trying to help, or let me not give him a chance, or let me hear him out about what he's gonna do. I feel like that's when it hits different because I come from a community where people we don't help. You know what I'm saying? We see somebody getting up and we trying to knock them down. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like coming from where I'm come from, and for me to be able to want to reach out and be able to help people for the simplest, smallest things is just a beauty to me. You know what I mean? No matter who you is, black or white, Asian, whatever, like, niggas just be wanting to help. And that's where it hit me, and I was like, damn, what I should have did, man, how I could have went about it, but that's where it goes back to. But I was saying, like, it'll be the same sense of, like, if I'm telling you, like, let's just say you're an interviewer, you love to interview people, and I don't know shit about interviewing.